Change can cause conflict. Personal life changes. Excited to get married. You know, a very exciting thing. But it still can create conflict. All of a sudden, that $20 that you had in your pocket, somebody's asking you, what did you do with that? What did you spend it on? A lot of times I have newlyweds in class, and they look at each other like, little things like that. You know, when you're a single person, you can do whatever you want, Maria. Yeah. Yeah. And it changes things. Next thing you know, you're buying stuff and hiding it in the trunk of the car, or sneaking it in the closet and taking the tags off like it was already there. Sheila's like, been there, done that. But still, overall, you look at it and say, yeah, I'm glad to be in this relationship. You know, I'm just saying that even with things that we excited about, it changes the dynamics of it. You got to call in. You got to report to someone. I don't mean it in a negative way. It's that somebody's concerned about you, and then they want to know that you're okay. Children. You know, I always talk to people about children. Children, I love being a parent and being a grandma. It's really wonderful. But for some people, they're better off being a parent to a dog or cat. And that's okay if they like that. I mean, if that's their choice, that's fine. Because you know, with children's service, Sheila, there's some people should not be parents. And they've decided because, well, I need to show I'm normal, let me have some kids, you know, and they go out and get kids and they don't like them. And they're not excited about it, or they're downright not good for them. And they make a better aunt or uncle. And some people have made better grandparents than they made parents. And I've had some people who have made better foster parents than they made parents. And it's an opportunity to do it again. But I tell my foster parents is that, especially the ones who don't have children, is that this is an opportunity to find out if you want children. Because if you don't like it, you can give them back. Absolutely. Right. And that's what you're saying. You have chosen a field where you're taking care of someone else's children. And you're responsibly going to make sure that that kid's in good hands. That's the right thing to do. Because you know there are also people in your arena who are taking care of kids and they are not responsible. They don't do a good job. And there are people who work in children's services. I've met plenty of them, Sheila, who are social workers, and they are not, you know, reflective of what they should be. But even things like separation. Some people have amicable separations and divorces. I marvel at them that they can do that. A lot of people cannot, and a lot of times as the conflict becomes so, you know, dire and stressful that they really can't stand each other. There are too many people that just says, you know, we've grown apart. Okay, you do your thing, I'll do my thing. I mean, that's the amicable, wish you well. Most of the time, it's gotten to the point where people have worked at something, till they're just fed up. Health issues can cause conflicts. Some people are okay with someone until, I don't mean this in a bad way, it can be bad, that they start getting sick in conflict with things like they're not able to go to work, or it compromises economic issues. People have divorced over health issues. People have abandoned people over health issues. And people have decided, well, I didn't buy into this. I mean, let me give you some situation. I remember I was watching this program and this woman was badly burned. She was a beautiful model, but badly burned, terribly, horribly burned. And in the hospital, her husband of a year or two handed her divorce papers. Or someone doesn't handle things as well as they should. So, you know, I mentioned earlier about someone buying a new truck, and then there's other things that need to be taken care of in the household. Or you have somebody who's shopping, like this one lady was talking about, she didn't like her husband, whatever, but she would go out and just shop, you know, without any regard to the finances. So she was sabotaging the relationship by buying whatever she wanted to buy, or insisting to buy more house than what they can afford, or whatever the situation is. You know, finances can create major conflicts in relationships and so on. Or we give you another standpoint, someone borrowing money from you. You may like them just fine till they borrow some money from you and don't pay it back. We would talk about some of these things here when we do some group things here, but finances have people falling apart over money. What they say, how's that phrase go? Be not a lender, a borrower be. How's it go? Anybody ever heard it? A lender, somebody loaning money, but a borrower, but it's along the lines of if you're going to be a good friend, don't get into a situation where you need to borrow money and you cannot afford to pay back. Or if you love someone and you think they're kind of shady about money, or maybe not as, or it could be a situation where they can't give it to them. You're better off giving it to them than expecting repayment in order to safeguard the relationship. And then we have work-related changes, new job. Excited about the new job, but it's a change. A lot of these change, like a change and conflict are hand in hand. A lot of times change, like I said, we look forward to it, but it's stressful, so it creates a lot of conflict. But a new job, a demotion, that in itself creates a problem. You're not where you want to be, or sometimes a change in status, change in income, any downsizing that goes on, a new department creates a lot of issues. New technology, a lot of people decide new technology come in, new computer system, and I'm not doing an age thing here, but a lot of older people decide then it's time to retire. They don't want to deal with the stress of it. Too much conflict and too much internal conflict, but emotional conflict. I'd rather quit than to be dealing with some new technology. New boss. I've done lots of situations where a new boss comes in and people are excited about them, but new boss, I don't like them. I like my old boss. New coworkers create conflicts. Sometimes, like I mentioned earlier, conflict comes in because clique type situations are going on, or people just decide, well, I got to break somebody in. I don't want to deal with them. I don't like them. And then loss of work creates conflict. And then a new career, whole new career. May be exciting, but it's still a lot of conflict.